This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Whittle and Melton.
Have you ever sat at your job and thought, what if I just got up and left? Tell that horrible boss to take this job and shove it. Have you ever wanted to just walk out? What about burnout? Well, that's exactly what I did, but I didn't just quit. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell your story.
Daytona Beach, Florida, where you can actually drive onto the beach. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins, Mayfield, Kentucky.
Southeast Missouri, beautiful city of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Gulf Coast of Mississippi, the Florida coast and the Tampa Bay area, Orange County Choppers, Roadhouse and Museum, talking to Paul Tuttle Sr. himself.
But make no mistake, this is not a show about motorcycles or even about me. Instead, I travel across the country to meet the people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities stronger, safer, and better. This is Biker Dad.
Hi, my name is Chris Best, and I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell stories. And this week, that adventure brings me here to Boston, Massachusetts, where it is snowing. I got my gloves for the cold, not for riding this time. And I'm here not to see the snow. I haven't actually seen measurable snow, probably like in 10 or 15 years in real life. So it's pretty cool, but obviously we ain't doing no riding today. Today we are giving away a motorcycle, and the kicker is this guy gets to pick which bike he wants. We're here with the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. We give away a motorcycle every year, absolutely free, for no other reason than to help somebody get on two wheels. But the trick is, I am here in downtown Boston where you can see it snowing. I'm obviously not gonna ride to Beverly, Massachusetts, which is about 30 miles away from here. I'm gonna get there by train, and what's really cool is that I'm right next door to TD Garden, where the Boston Celtics and the Boston Bruins play, and in the basement of the TD Gardens is the subway. So we're gonna take the subway from downtown Boston to Beverly. So let's go check out how that goes. Downtown Boston, even in the snow, is really cool. Just a few blocks away from here is where the founding fathers got together to conspire against the British to start the Revolutionary War. The country's oldest tavern is a few blocks away. You go to Paul Revere's house, all kinds of stuff. But one of the really cool things is I just left my hotel. It's right there. And then right here is the TD Garden. That's where the Celtics and the Bruins play. But it's also where you can just jump on the train and get almost anywhere in Boston. And since, as you can see, it's snowing, I definitely am not going to be on a motorcycle today, so we're going to check out how the train works here and get from here to Beverly, Massachusetts, which is about 30 miles away, to give this bike away. So let's go hit the train, see how that goes. So to get from downtown Boston to Cycles 128 in Beverly, Massachusetts, we're taking this. It's the Rockport train, and we're at the North Station, which is downtown, and I'm going to ride this for about 45 minutes, I believe. So check it out, see how it goes. It's a lot more comfortable to be on this heated train than on a motorcycle, 30 degree weather and snow. So happy that they've got this here in Boston. Pleasant warm ride on the train. The only downside is that the motorcycle shop I'm headed to is over a mile from the train station, so I do have to get an Uber. It's a couple bucks, but I am stuck standing here in the snow. I just walked, but I did not bring the proper footwear for the snow. And I'm pretty sure that if I trudge through the snow for a mile or two, that my feet are going to be wet and cold. So I'll just hang out here for a minute and enjoy the snow falling down. One thing I will say about the cold here today, obviously it's below freezing, so 20s, something like that. But it doesn't feel that bad. You know, when it's 35, 40 degrees in Florida and Alabama, it's pretty brutal because the humidity there's so much moisture in the air that it just makes it colder, just like it makes it hotter in the summer. Here it's drier, even though it's snowing, but it doesn't feel as bad as a cold wind in Alabama does for some reason. I think that's it. I'm not a meteorologist. Maybe I'll hit one of those guys up. I know a few.
There it is.
Look at that thing. What an absolute beauty. Congratulations, pal. This is your brand new motorcycle.
We're on the road in Boston, Massachusetts, actually a little bit farther north in a town called Beverly, and it's January and it's snowing, actually snowing quite a bit. So why in the world would I bring a motorcycle show to Boston, Massachusetts in January when it's snowing and I can't ride? Well, there's a very good reason, and it's my new friend Collin Marini here. Collin, tell everybody, first of all, we'll get into why we're here in a minute, but just tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 21 and from a little town in Western Mass called Northampton, and been doing two-wheeled stuff for most of my life. And when I was 18, I got my first motorcycle, and shortly after that, I got a dirt bike, and more on, and here we are now. And so my dad, when I was wicked little, had dual sports and whatnot, and he would rip me around on those. So that was a huge influence in the motorcycle world, was my father. And
what's it like having that two-wheel connection with your father?
I mean, it's great. It's a strong point to be able to connect on that and have a good place to bond.
So you guys still ride together, or?
No, he can't ride anymore. He's just a little too old for it. So.
Go, everyone ready to go?
I entered a raffle a couple months ago and thought, oh, we'll see what comes out of this. You know, never win. I'm not that lucky. And then a couple weeks ago now, I got a text saying that I won, and here we are now and picking up the bike. So wicked cool experience.
So when you got that text, what did you think? Did you think it was real? Because
yeah, at first I was wicked skeptical, as most people would be, especially because I kind of forgot that I entered anything. And then once he started talking about it, I was like, well, it sounds like something I would do. So I just kept talking to people, and everybody's been great along the way. Everybody's been super personable and helpful.
So we've been doing this, I think, 5 or 6 years, and you're the first winner, I think, who ever actually responded, because everybody thinks it's fake, but it's not, right?
No, it's totally legit.
Is this your bike right here? Or
this is a similar one.
A similar one? Tell me why you picked this bike.
So last spring, I bought a little adventure bike because I still had a street bike that I was riding around, and I was like, I'll just mess around on this. And I ended up selling the street bike, and I really like the adventure bikes, you know, being able to go off-road, and they cruise nicely. And this was something that I kind of had my eye on, and it just worked out nice enough that I ended up winning this and being able to get it. It's a Honda Africa Twin. It's their big adventure bike. It's got a nice big 1100cc motor, take you anywhere you want to go.
So you got a lot of choices for adventure bikes. You got the BMWs, and Harley's got a Pan America now. What was it about this bike and this shop that made you come here and get this one?
I think this is, out of all the adventure bikes, the best looking, and it had a lot of good features that I wanted, like the cruise control and the TFT display. So those were kind of things that were big grabbers. I mean, the motor size was nice. It was between kind of like this or KTM 890, but this just is a little more appealing. So yeah, I mean, all these people have been absolutely amazing throughout the whole process. Everybody's been wicked stoked for me the whole time, and they were just trying to make it a wicked good experience, and everything was kind of set up and taken care of professionally and quickly, and they're just really good people to work with.
All right, so you can enter for our 2025 contest. It's bikerswinusa.com. Thanks again, nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
Awesome. Cool.
Want to win a free motorcycle? We can make it possible.
When you see an opportunity like this, definitely don't hesitate and sign up.
You can be the next winner.
Hi there, this is Chris Best, the Biker Dad. I'm just here to let you know that myself and the hundreds of thousands of people who follow us on social media and watch the TV show are here to help. Do you need help with something? Give me a call. That's my number right there, 251-402-6392. Especially if you need legal help, I have an army of lawyers across.
This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Whittle and Melton.
In Florida, motorcycles are very popular. This is one of the few states in the country, it's probably one of maybe 3 or 4 states where you can ride a bike 12 months out of the year. We have a lot of folks from out of state come here for recreational use, and there's just a lot of bikes on the road. We also have a lot of trucks and a lot of cars, and everybody who knows who rides a bike, the reason why bikers get injured, it's usually almost never the bikers. It's the other cars. It's the kid playing on their phone, okay? It's the guys in trucks making deliveries, trying to pinch time. And it's a very difficult state to ride safely in. And we have a lot of experience in representing bikers. I was recently named top 20 biker injury lawyer in the country. And these cases really require lawyers who have experience dealing with this stuff. And I would just ask anybody, if you know someone who's been in a bike accident, have them call us. There's a lot of things we can do.
All right, we're still here in Nashville, Tennessee. We're at the legendary Ryman Auditorium, and we're on a mission to get started on our Red Clay Strays bike giveaway. And in order to do that, we got to get their permission, and we're going to try to get them to autograph this fender as well. So,
like that?
And then if John can write, how about you come on down there?
All right, shut up. You need Red Clay Strays on there anywhere?
Yeah, please.
In a little bit.
I think we'll probably sell 100 tickets just out of that group. So
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, please.
I think we're totally
Mission accomplished. To New Orleans, Louisiana. Let the good times roll. Get here pretty often, but we're here for a special reason this time. We're building a bike with the Red Clay Strays, one of my favorite bands, platinum selling, Grammy nominated boys from Mobile, Alabama, and we're doing it all for a good cause.
see the stones broke somewhere in here. I need another sticker.
We've got a lot of, we got several people doing all the work for free, so we can do whatever we want to. It's more of a time thing than anything.
Maybe the front side, the side that you're actually seeing, you know, be like this.
1, 2, 3.
Yo, with Red Clay Strays, and you're watching Biker Dad TV.
You remember about a month ago, we actually raffled off this Red Clay Strays motorcycle. They're a rock band from Mobile, Alabama, good friends of mine, and they worked with me on this bike, and we raffled it off and raised thousands of dollars for veterans with PTSD. But what you probably didn't know is that we had a lot to still get done on the bike even after we gave it away. It was in really rough shape when we got it because it had been sitting out in a field probably for 10 years. So we didn't quite get it done before the raffle, but now it's done, and now I'm driving 4 hours from Biker Dad World headquarters down in the Mobile, Alabama area to Coleman, Alabama, because the winner was in Alabama. So we're on our way to deliver Red Clay Strays to the winner. Believe it or not, we actually gave away 4 motorcycles this year. Noel Leonard, biker lawyer, and I. First, my 2006 custom Softail Heritage that was all choloed out, custom bike. We gave that away and raised thousands of dollars for court-appointed special advocates who help children who've been dealing with child abuse. Also, we just gave away this 2000 Sportster to my friend Meredith, just something cool to do. She wanted to ride and doesn't have a motorcycle. Then we gave away the Red Clay Strays bike, then went all the way to Boston to give my new friend Collin a brand new Honda Africa Twin. So we gave away 4 bikes in 2024. We're planning on giving away even more. In fact, you can go to bikerswinalabama.com and sign up for our next giveaway. That one's absolutely free. It's not for a charity or anything. It's just a fun thing to do, to give away a motorcycle. And we're going to be giving more away for charity too this year, so stand by.
Hi, I'm Susan Gardner.
Then
I
all
live
this
in
stuff.
Coleman, Alabama. The one's sweet bike, Ray Clay Strays Harley. Biker Dad was good enough to deliver it today, and I'm really excited. Yeah, and I don't really ride. I've never ridden a Harley, but I've ridden dirt bikes. But my brother rides a Harley, so he's going to help me get acclimated, and so I can cruise around the neighborhood.
So what got you into the Red Clay Strays?
I was trying to remember when I first heard, wondering why and how I ran across it, but once I did, I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are really good. So I dug deeper and became a bigger fan. They're my favorite band right now.
Have you seen them live before?
No, but I'd love to. I wish I'd known. I mean, they were at the Ryman. I'm listening a lot to that live at the Ryman.
Yeah.
It's really good. So
That's exactly where we went to get the Fender autograph. Was at their show at the Ryman. So how do you find out about the motorcycle giveaway?
I believe it was a Facebook post by the Ray Clay Strays. And I thought, oh man, that's cool. So Ray Clay Strays themed Harley, and it's for a really good cause. So I was like, I bought a couple of tickets. I was like, I was never expecting to win, but I thought, well, it'll be a donation for a really good cause. So, but Courtney called me that Saturday after Veterans Day, and I was like, no way. But yes, it's really exciting. Courtney is like, I won some Whitney Houston concert tickets years ago, but I was like, I wasn't expecting. I thought, well, it'd be cool if I do.
I haven't even given you time to look around it yet, but what are your initial thoughts?
That's beautiful.
And you're gonna keep it and learn to ride it yourself?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna ride it enough to cheese it up.
Let's just walk around a little bit. And so you've got obviously that on the tank. You've probably seen that in the pictures and the videos, right? We haven't really shown much of the fender, so you know what the HBYCO is, right?
Yeah. Courtney actually sent me a bunch of pictures from the day of the drawing.
So I said, there's a little bit of patina here and there, and the band kind of liked it like that, and so we kept a little bit of it. Plus, we ran out of time. One of the things I told them, it reminded me of one of their songs. Now the name of it's escaping me, but the guy who comes back from war and Killers.
Yeah.
And that those guys all come back with a little bit of patina on them and scars, and that kind of represents them. Well, it's gonna look good. Maybe in the spring after you take your lessons and stuff, we can come back and ride with you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Anything you want to say that I didn't ask you about?
I just want to thank Red Clay Strays and Mobile Bay Harley Davidson, and you, of course, and all the other sponsors. I'm not sure. I think there were several more, but thank you so much. It's a beautiful bike.
Every personal injury case, you basically need three things, right? You need liability. In other words, you want the accident not to be your fault, or mostly not your fault. One of the law changes in Florida was dealing with comparative fault. That's a whole that makes that determination even more important now. You need to have damages, right? So you have this accident that wasn't your fault. You need to have some damages that you can pursue, either injury, economic or non-economic, meaning, if you're hurt, pain and suffering, or if you had to close your business because you can't make it out of bed, right? And then causation. And causation is the biggest one. It's the most important one. We call it the case killer. It's the hardest part of your case. It's the part of your case that they will almost never stipulate to, unless it's like a leg off or a hand off case or something like this, right? And in order, you need these three pillars. And once you can determine if you have these three pillars, then you have to say, okay, well, now how is it going to get paid for? It's like the fourth pillar that's under, that you don't talk about. The fourth pillar is, where's the money coming from?
Right.
And, we get these cases, especially with bikers. They'll get hit. Somebody won't have BI insurance, right? And then the bikers won't have UM. And
nightmare conversation.
It's terrible.
I hate it. It's the worst part of the practice.
Unless I can find a construction company that messed up the roads or something, or just I have to get real creative. Those cases are going bye-bye. It's terrible. And I hope they have health insurance,
Part of our accident scene management program that we sponsor, I know you sponsor them, I try to get one going every month, is we're teaching bikers about this underinsured motorist coverage and the problem that's going around. That's the only way you can protect yourself, is raise your UIM to as much as you can afford.
Now, this week's Biker Dad Tech Tip. Biker Dad Tech Tip.
I'm Joe Jeffries. I'm with Biker Bar. Biker Bar is basically a product that you use to transport your Harley Davidson in your trailer, truck, or enclosed trailer. No straps, no wheel chocks. 20-30 seconds, your bike is loaded, safe and easy. So this is actually the bar that you're going to use on your bike. It works just like a vise. Clamp it right to your frame. Once that's on the frame of your motorcycle, you're right into the base. Boom, self-locking, and you're done.
So I have used this and been hauling my bike down the road and people freak out. You don't have any straps on that thing. Where are the straps? Yep. And that's the whole point, right?
Exactly. What it is, it's easier and safer. Literally after the initial setup, it's 20-30 seconds to load the bike by yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it, because I'm just like you. I'm sure you hate trailer and bikes, but it's a necessary evil sometimes.
Well, where we live, where I'm from, you know, we go to Daytona, there's still a 1/4 inch of ice on the ground.
Yeah.
So you have to trailer.
And people have to sometimes, and I've trailered here before just as an experiment to do videos like, how do you trailer a bike? And people are like, you're not a real biker. Yeah. That's all BS. But so let's get down here and look at it closely. Okay. This thing bolts to the bottom of your trailer, and you really don't have to do that once, right?
Right. Only we send the anchor plates that go underneath your trailer. They're permanently attached. So if you want your trailer floor back, all you do is take them big bolts out, and the whole unit comes out of your road. And they're actually color coded, so your touring bars will have black inner linings, and all your soft tails and your dynas will have gray. Just like a bench vise. So this is hooked to a threaded rod. We machine this end, so you just tighten it up, and it clamps, and you're gonna take it to where that lock washer goes flat, give it a 1/4 turn, load your motorcycle, give it another 1/4 turn, you're done.
So cool, like just full disclosure, I had like zero to do with this company, except for we met in Daytona, I think, and I said, oh, that's pretty cool. I want one. He hooked me up with one to try it, and I freaking love it. A few $100, it's not cheap, but it's definitely not the most expensive thing you ever got.
I tell everybody it's cheaper than a deductible.
Yeah, it's cheaper than the giant dent that I have in the side of my brand new custom bike build when the strap broke before I got one of these.
You measure it and you adjust your height, because when you ride into it, it's going to compress that front suspension and keep that front tire from moving.
There you go. So
and that's it. Everybody that you hear that have had a bike fall over, the main reason they say is strap failure. That's the main thing. This, you don't have to worry about that at all.
So here's how much I trusted this thing, just so you know. I just had this bike built at Bad Boy Toys in Pelham, Alabama. They spent a year building it, painting it. I don't know how many thousands of dollars the custom paint job is worth, but I use that instead of straps. No worry about rubbing the paint off either, and definitely no worry about it falling over. So give it a good shake. You can see this thing is not going anywhere, as dads like to say when they strap stuff down. All right, so it made the 4-hour trip from Pelham, Alabama to the Gulf Coast of Alabama with really no problems with the Biker Bar itself. My crappy little trailer got a little wobbly now and then, but that's just because I need a better trailer. The Biker Bar itself worked awesome, and I have a lot less worry. I'm still looking over my shoulder, but not as much as I did with the straps. The straps are horrible. You don't need them. This is going to save you a lot of headaches, a lot of trouble, and a lot of stress, and definitely damage to your bike, as I've seen in the past with mine. Here, so you release the small one first, and the big one, and it just pops right off like that. And then when I get it out of gear, let it roll back, it's just going to come right back off the bike.
Back it out. Now, at this point, you put it on the kickstand and you unclamp the bar. It falls off your bike and you're ready to go ride. If you want to order it, you can go to ditchthestraps.com. I'm Joe. You can call the shop. Any of our CSRs will be happy to help you. They're very knowledgeable. You can tell them what bike you got, and they'll get you one out to you.
Ditchthestraps.com. Again, like I'm not paid for this. I just love this thing. There's very few things I've run across in my Jeep world, my biker world,
Want to win a free motorcycle? We can make it possible.
When you see an opportunity like this, definitely don't hesitate and sign up.
You can be the next winner.
Here's a question I get a lot. Have I ever represented an insurance company? No, never. It's never happened. I've never done it one time, and I would never do it. I've spent my entire career representing victims as a prosecutor, and then after doing that, I went on representing consumers who were injured in accidents that weren't their fault and help them resolve their claims with insurance companies who, frankly, they're beholden to their shareholders. So they're going to do what's best for them financially, and I would do what's best for my clients. If you've been hurt in an accident, it wasn't your fault, give us a call. I'll be honored to talk to you. Thank you.
Biker Dad is brought to you in Gainesville by Whittle and Melton.
If you ask me, one of the coolest things about Boston is its Italian neighborhood, the historic North End. I came here and it's Sunday afternoon and getting ready to get on a plane, but I came down here to the North End and went to the historic St. Stephen's Catholic Church for Mass, and then I'm wandering around the North End. I guess in a lot of places you call this Little Italy. I don't think they call it that here. I could be wrong, but you know, I'm pretty strict about what I eat, but when you're in a food town like Boston, you got to splurge. So I had some chicken parm today and got a cannoli. Take the cannoli, leave the gun. Anyway, this area of Boston is really awesome, and it's kind of funny too because it really is probably as close as you can get to being in Italy and not being there. I mean, a lot of the restaurant employees, owners and stuff, they are speaking Italian, not even English. Some of them, I don't think, probably even speak English. That's really cool. But this neighborhood's been here for forever, and it's right down there. You can see over my shoulder at the end of the street, St. Stephen's Catholic Church, which is 220 something years old, which is pretty awesome too. So one of the places you should check out when you come to Boston is the historic North End, and like I said, leave the gun, take the cannoli.